Hi, this is Miss Moore,
I'm Miss Barraco.
and welcome to third grade open house.
I am, again, Miss Barraco. I am your child's math, science, and handwriting teacher. You can email me with any questions. We do also have a remind code if you did not get that the first day of school. Feel free to let us know and we will get that to you. Although I am Miss Barraco right now, I am going to be getting married in December, so my last name will be changing, but I'll stay Barraco for the rest of this year. Just next year, I won't be Barraco. So
Congratulations, Miss Baraka.
thanks.
And I'm Miss Molly Moore. This is my 23rd year at Lake Elementary. I have been married to Mr. David Moore for the past 20 years, and we have a son, Dathan Moore, who's in high school. I forgot my own son's name. I'll be your child's English language arts and social studies teacher. You can reach me at my school email very easily and also through the remind code. Miss Baracco and I both like to message through the one group remind so that if one of us can get back to you quickly.
So we have some classroom expectations, and that is to be prepared for class every day. Come to class ready to learn. So being prepared, I'm going to go back to that for just a second. That means all supplies should be with the student every day. They should have their pencil bags, they should have their folders, all of their supplies. Come to class ready to learn. If you're prepared, then you're ready to learn. Be respectful of others and to complete assignments on time. So.
Our expectations can be met in each student's red conduct booklet. We call this the Lion Lineup. It can be found in your child's VIP folder daily. Please check that folder daily. The misbehavior will result in a numbered conduct mark. This makes it easy for us to give a code so that you can see what expectation your child might have missed during class. You can refer to the numbered code at the bottom of the conduct sheet for an explanation. For example, a 1 might mean talking, where a 7 is blurting out. If there are any major offenses, of course, we'll send a note or an email, possibly a phone call home. But we don't want to focus on the bad behavior. What we really want to focus on is the good behavior. ROAR will reward the kids weekly by allowing students with all A's during the week to wear their red PBIS shirts on Friday. We will start this soon once all the PBIS orders are completed. PBIS shirts are still available for purchase through the OSP portal. This is School Cash Online. We also reward them with their orange Lion Loot bucks. About twice a month, we will reward students by letting them purchase things with their Lion Loot. Things like snacks in class or bring us stuffed animals, always a popular one.
So, quarantine time, if you happen to have a child that needs to be quarantined, they will be able to join our virtual classroom, but virtual school, quarantine school is still school. So, they should log in at their Google Meet session one time, and they have a schedule that they'll follow. They need to come into the Google Meet muted, and they must have their computer screen on spotlight. Students should be sitting, oops, sorry, it just got dark. Students should be sitting in a quiet spot at a table. We should not be laying in our beds, playing with our stuffed animals, playing with our toys, just comfy and cozy. Just make sure that they have a nice work area set up and that their camera stays on at all times and they are muted unless they're asking a question or being spoken to.
So far, the students who've been quarantined have done an excellent job
Yes.
at meeting the expectations. We do appreciate all of your work with us. Also, note if you are required to quarantine, this would either come through a phone call from Dr. Muse, Nurse Anna, or a note from your personal doctor. If you have any questions about quarantine, you can email us and we'll answer the questions as best we can or refer to one of them for further advice. Okay, on to grades. I know the important part. You guys might have seen already that we've sent home a blue folder. This blue folder will be where you can obtain grades, but we'll talk more about the folders in a minute. Our grades will come from 7 letter grades in math, social living, writing, and our reading tests or activities per 9 weeks. All subject areas will receive a combination of tests and activity grades. A rubric or checklist will be provided for certain tasks so that your expectations are clearly identified. you'll be able to see clearly what the grades are. We're not just going to send home a A or an F based on a whim. The writing grade is a little bit different than those because writing will include a spelling grade, a grammar grade, and 5 writing assignments. So students will be held accountable for cursive handwriting this year also, and it will be graded with satisfactory and unsatisfactory. The grades will be updated as often as possible in PowerSchool, and you'll have a test folder where these graded test assignments will be sent home each week. So we decided to do that a little differently this year. Rather than waiting once a week to get all the test papers home at one time, your child will receive a blue folder, and in that blue folder is a graded sheet. If I pass out a reading test, that reading test will be recorded and then sent home as soon as possible so that you can give your child feedback on how they can better do in class for the next test. Each Friday, we'll ask you to sign that test folder sheet, and then we'll remove the papers at the end of the week for storage in class in case we need to refer back to their grades at a later date. Do you have anything to add?
That you covered it. Yes. Okay, so here's the folders and the binders. So this is where we're going to get into what the students need each day. So each child should have a red math folder, a green science folder, a blue test folder, a yellow handwriting folder, and then all of their language arts, so their ELA and social studies materials will be kept in their binder. So students are going to be using binders and folders for organization. So please make sure that any papers that are sent in these folders and the binder throughout the week, make sure they stay in those folders and binder. Whenever we're finished with like for math, if we're finished with a module or we're finished with a skill, we'll be able to tell the students to move those papers to their VIP folder. So their VIP folder is coming up in just a second. But when it's in the keep at home pocket, you can take those papers out and you can leave those at home. But please do not do that unless they are in the VIP folder. Graded papers, as Ms. Moore was saying before, will be sent home in a blue folder for each subject area. Please make sure whenever you do sign those folders, make sure the test papers come back to school.
So VIP, new to this year, we have created an orange VIP folder for all the students. So that orange, hopefully it'll jump out at you and remind you this, if nothing else gets checked that night, check that VIP folder. It's a plastic orange folder labeled VIP for very important papers, conduct, and papers to be kept at home. This folder should be cleaned out each night. Please go over any papers in VIP to see if they need to be signed or returned. Sometimes there'll just be papers for you to keep at home. We encourage the kids not to clean out or throw away anything in class. We like them to bring it home and let you decide if it wants to be thrown away. Our weekly newsletters go home in this folder every Monday. You can find the skills done each week and the test dates along the top of that for each subject.
And also with the newsletters, we are noticing that some students are putting them in their plastic clear pocket of the front of their binder. If we could get them in the habit of putting them in the VIP folder, that way you have a place to check every night, that would be great. So we're working on that, and if you can work on that from home with us, that would be great.
Yeah, we intend the newsletter for you to be able to put that up on the refrigerator and refer to it at night. Hey, bud, let's take out that math folder and study because I know that you have a test tomorrow or a spelling quiz coming up. It'll be referred to on the top of that newsletter. Oop. Was that the last slide?
Oh, yeah, I think so.
Oh,
that's it.
Well, see, we didn't keep you that long after all.
Homework.
Oh, well, wait.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Yes.
I was wondering, we were missing something, but so homework, I'll go ahead and talk about homework just because I do give probably the most homework between the two of us. Math homework is very easy to give, but it also allows the students to practice the concept that we learn in class that day. Any homework assignments are going to be recorded in that lineup, that conduct booklet. So please make sure you're checking that each night as well. If you look at the top right of the screen, that homework guideline sheet is in your child's math folder. It stays in the math folder, and you can kind of read how the math homework guidelines are each week or each day. But at the bottom, you notice that there's the grades. So any assignment that's missing for the math homework, they lose 2 points, and that does go towards their homework and participation grade at the end of the 9 weeks. So make sure you're checking that and doing homework each night. It's usually not a whole lot. It's usually 2 or 3 problems, nothing too much. But if your child struggles with the homework, please make sure on the homework guidelines it does say to write a note. It should not take your child more than 20 to 30 minutes to do any of the homework. So make sure if anything is taking too long or they're having too much trouble, please write us a note. That way we can definitely make sure that we go over that in class the following day. Their red homework book is the picture at the bottom right, and it says succeed at the top, and it has a little red part on the spine. That's their homework book. They can keep their homework at home, their book at home, sorry, and rip out their homework and turn that in the following day. They can put that in their VIP folder or their math folder, whichever is easier for you.
Now that we're more into the swing of things with our ELA and writing tasks, we will begin having some reading homework. I usually assign one assignment per week. This will be referred to in the agenda as well. So I sometimes give it on Monday, sometimes on Wednesday. It will depend. I haven't given any homework yet, so your child's not missing anything. Even the spelling, I rely on you guys to decide how much your child needs to study those spelling words. Heck, take out the shaving cream and go practice in the bathtub. Get some rice on a pan and have some fun. I don't need your kiddo to write a million spelling words to show me that they know the words that week. Okay, we're going to see if we.
This is the last one.
Yes. Okay, this is the last slide, and we'll give you a break after this break time. We do have several breaks throughout the day. Our first one being at enrichment time. We have enrichment from 10 to 11 o'clock, and the kiddos are going through an art, music, and PE rotation this year with Miss Dempster, Miss McConnell, and Coach Lightfoot. We know they're having lots of fun in those breaks. And then we have our lunch break from 12 to 12:25. Although lunch is free this year for all students, extras still need to be purchased. You may pay online or send cash with your child in an envelope, although school cash online is the preferred method for sending money to school. It does say we go to lunch at 12:15. This is 12 o'clock. I apologize about the typo. Due to our current limitations, there will be no visitors during lunch right now, but you might want to keep this time in mind when checking your students out to be sure they haven't missed lunch, or if they're checking in so they'll eat lunch before they come to school. We also have recess in the afternoon from 1 to about 1:20. You are welcome to send a bottle of water for class or recess, although we do ask you refrain from flavor packets or juices in the bottle. This can become messy and result in students losing the privilege. They can refill them at their sinks, and even though you can't see this one at the bottom, you are allowed to send a healthy snack. Students can eat these at lunch or at recess.
And for the snacks, make sure that they are individual size. So we don't want a big family size bag of Doritos on the playground. Just an individual snack for your child. And the water bottles are definitely a must. If at all possible, send a water bottle because it gets hot.
Yes, it is very hot. So we're really looking forward to a wonderful year this year in third grade, and we're excited that you get to be a part of our team. Please know that we're here, an email or a text remind away if you need anything this year.
Absolutely.
I have to pause it. That was probably not it.
Oh, there it is.